Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk number 354.
Five.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Everything works, at least I think. Oh, yeah, sweet.
Nobody's
Yeah.
muted.
No, I don't think so. Finally, for a change. Like nothing changed. Yay!
Right on.
I totally forgot to check that. That's a bit discombobulated.
It's only 354th, bro.
Yeah, it's almost like I've never done it before.
8 years later.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna shill. So if you go to Skinny Play and buy something cool and use the promo code for 10% off,
You
always
get
good
10%
stuff.
off.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably most known for the A9s, but they have a bunch of other stuff for Bio Plays and.
But A9 just lends itself. It's a big canvas.
Yeah.
So does a stage, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you can even do a shape if you wanted to.
Mm.
I mean, you can probably ask them to do like a whole portrait on a shape. Like break it up into little squares.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to have like a picture on each shape tile as a collage, like black and white per se.
Maybe that's the way how I can sell it to the missus.
Put family photos on the stage or
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
That way I can use the wall space for a speaker and still have pictures up.
Yeah, it's such an understated product, unfortunately.
And go to Greeno for your theater
Little.
cover, your Build Up 8 covers.
Wonder if they're gonna make a black chair now because there's a something charcoal A1 that came out this week in black color finally.
Yeah, what's it called?
Fudge, I don't remember.
Like it's not activated charcoal, but I want to call it
activated. This one glows, bro. No, but there's a new A1 now finally. The whatever charcoal. Somebody in chat knows, for God's sake. I'm sure you guys do. Or we can just pull it up online. Like you have the access to it.
Yeah, let's see. Also, come join our Discord if you haven't yet already.
Lots of good news there and good info.
I mean, it works quicker than just about anything else. If you have any questions,
yep.
Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's see what this activated charcoal or whatever it is.
Let's pull it up.
Oh, it's not even. It's completely wrong.
What is it?
It's warm granite.
Okay, I was so off. So off, bro. Embarrassments to everybody. Oh, shiitake mushrooms, but it's nice. I like it. I like the black finally, or whatever the warm granite. It's definitely cool.
I don't necessarily associate this type of color with granite, personally, but
no, to me it looks like a bit of a lighter. What is it? Goddamn, I'm so messed up with the colors now.
Like gunmetal.
Anthracite, fudge, yeah. The anthracite. Like this to me looks like a lighter version, or just bead polished anthracite, or glass bead polished anthracite, like silk finish, right?
Yeah, I mean the contrast, like Chava says, with the cord is nice.
Yes, I like it. No, I do like it.
I mean, it is the third gen, so this kind of was released without much fanfare.
No, we're doing the fanfare for it. I might just get it because I have that goofy chair that I bought on Temu for it. And it's black, the A9 stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am debating to do that.
Dude, these guys also have a little chair.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to make the black one for it.
There is one, I think. This one.
Oh yeah, they do have it. It's cool.
Again, you can also get 10% off on that.
But yeah, I like it. It's nicely machined and definitely something that I don't think it's a proper angle for the A1 too, so it wouldn't bounce.
Yeah.
Not that I disagree, Chaba, but I definitely don't see this being any much different than anthracite finish. I think it's like a mix of anthracite and chestnut a little bit, right? Because there is a little bit of that brown tone in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the explorers, they were in chestnut, like that's a dark brown color. Maybe it's that they threw a little bit of anthracite into it. I don't know how they mix their colors, whatever they're doing, but yeah, it's very close, but it's in between. It's in between the chestnut and the black anthracite.
Yeah, it definitely isn't this color.
No.
This gray is almost more like towards green almost.
And that's what anthracite.
This is the Mark 1 because I still
Oh.
round.
Oh. Oh yeah, then the other one's had the long.
I keep on forgetting I have this. It's just sitting here on my desk, but it's so dark I don't see it.
It's a good speakerphone, especially the Gen 3s with the upgraded microphones. They're good speakerphones.
Yeah. I
For
mean, this was
conference
a
calls.
lifesaver when redoing the house in almost every place.
It's paid for itself.
Yeah, oh, sure. It's yeah, I like burgers. It's just I don't know, like you, I don't have that much use for like Bluetooth speakers.
I do every now and then when we go to the park, but if we go to the park, it's more likely that I'm going to end up with my Explorer, right? Because it fits in the backpack nicer, like in the side pockets where the water bottle would have gone, or a can of soda, I guess. And or if I forget it, like Maria's got two of them, so we just take one or we take both for stereo pairing and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
But I like the Explorer because it's loud enough to not bother anybody else, but it's loud enough for you to enjoy the music, even though I understand there's not much bass to it and blah blah blah. It's still a little bit more fun with the little stereo in it if you sit it in front of you type of thing, and there are some things that you can hear properly in stereo. But it's a very personal speaker, don't get me wrong. It's not something that you can just entertain a party with, even if you stereo pair them.
But, yeah, I mean, for out by the pool here, I use the A5.
The A5 is the way to go.
But apparently certain dealers in this country even do sales. So that got me thinking they have an A9 on sale. And like, should I get an A9 on the wall outside?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Because this is nice, right? But I mean, it's outside, so there's literally no wall. Well, there's technically half a wall somewhere, and you sort of end up in this where it's like for it to sound good, like I don't know, 10 meters away.
You know what I think that they should do? Maybe STB or Tigrino, make a wall bracket for this, just like there was one for the BeoSound 3, if you remember from the 2000s. Pull the BeoSound 3 on the wall bracket from 2003. And you'll see what I'm saying. I think that, like, even in plastic, that would make more sense. Like, you don't have to more or less machine it out of aluminium to. Yeah, you could make it graceful where it's for outside. But I think even painted black metal with maybe a little bit of padding where the handle goes to sit would make absolute sense. Because at the end of the day, you're basically on the same page with it than you are with BeoSound 3, other than you would have to get a right angle USB-C adapter for the, like if you put it on the wall.
Yeah, or it sits, I don't know, 3 centimeters away from the wall, and then you can just use whatever.
So you found it?
It's actually hard. Like, I found the brackets, but not in combination with much of anything.
Just show the bracket. There's got to be something somewhere. Yeah, this. You know what I'm saying? So if they made something like that for the A5 as STB or Tegrino, whoever beats them to the punch first, this I think makes sense for A5.
Yes,
Absolutely makes sense.
I may actually make something myself for that, because this would work much better
than anything.
Yeah.
So it's 3 screws in a triangle basically to support it, and like you could 3D print something like that out of like a good plastic and reinforce the whatever how the printing process is, put it like 90% fill or something.
Yeah, coat hook could potentially work, or maybe those support for like coat racks, right? Like they have that sort of rounding.
Yeah, but it would have to be far enough that you don't really bang down though, because if it's a stucco wall, right, or concrete finish, like you're gonna scratch the shit out of your aluminium on it.
Yeah, but they push out like 25-30 centimeters generally.
The way I would do it, I would have it so when the basket clips on, right, it's the handle is straight on that support, and then just have enough go down and have 2 either felt pads or something that push up against the aluminium rim of the A9 just enough, or A9 A5 just enough that it doesn't ever touch the wall. Because you wouldn't have to have it plugged in all the time. Like if you bring it outside, you just hang in there for a few hours while you're listening to it.
Oh no, the A5 lasts for 15 hours at moderate volumes, if not longer.
There you go.
I've never like even at a like having a pool day from like midday to like dinner, it's like 20% used maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We've never run out of juice on an A5 yet.
No, I think it's hard to do if you're not crazy with it. If you juice the shit out of it, yeah, it'll go down quick. But for moderate volumes, like I've never had anything run down and die on me in the park or wherever we were, just because it was either too loud or the battery was not charged enough. Never had an issue. But also, I'm a little bit of a battery charge Nazi. Everything has to be fucking.
Yeah, 100%. Like how Tesla people have range anxiety. I have that with batteries of all kinds, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know most of my stuff, like even, for the weekends, I don't really bring my tools anymore home, but I do bring, certain batteries that are needing to be put in. And then I charge them here. Andrew's 50s reviews coming soon. Sweet. So he's probably ended up with the pair finally.
Yes, he has the pair.
For good, yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, look, if he owns them, he probably likes them, right?
A lot. Well, they're worth it, man, especially when you tune them right and make sure that everything is, to your eater's liking, I guess, right?
Yeah.
There's no match. Same with the 90s. There's no match, really. But
I mean, this could also essentially work for me outside.
Yes. See, something like of that idea would be also good for the A5.
Yes.
Not in that mega size, but exactly what I'm thinking.
But I mean,
you got to bring power to it, right? So you have to hang it somewhere where there's power, or you're going to pull plug behind it and just have it permanently installed on the wall with the power supply to it directly with a little short cord.
Yeah. I mean, our soffits are wood, though, so I can literally go with a longer cable straight up and into the house as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to see what I do. But there's no comparison because the size is so different, right? But
of course, this is a Canon.
But an A9 is way smoother than like an A5, also in terms of bass, and it's just a much bigger driver.
Yes. Well, A9 is I think the closest thing that you could come with to resemble the S8 or BeoLab 14 subwoofer.
Yes.
Because those were the same. Yeah, there was the same driver technology, and the porting and everything else is the same. Maybe Gen 5 A9 would have a motorized port. That'd be insane.
Gen 6, because I think this is
or Gen
already
6.
5.
Oh yeah, they're going to 5 now, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder how long it would survive outside.
I think the only thing that I would worry about is fucking bugs getting into through the back of the grills and possibly shorting stuff out by laying eggs on the board. Have seen that.
I mean, it would be.
And you've seen Eric's a couple times when he's taken apart the bonds and whatever with the lizards and these micro lizards dead in the power supplies and shit.
Yeah.
Because they crawled in and touched whatever they shouldn't have, and it was their last stand and the TVs in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's Australia, right? I don't know. But whatever shit can get into your house, there is a very likely that it is going to end up in the grill of your electronics.
Maybe I should get it with the feet then and just...
That's one thing that I don't understand why it's never considered to put micro meshing behind the vent grilling, just like, you have on the, let's say on the laptops per se, right? Mm-hmm. Just so the dust doesn't get in, because then it's not about the dust, it's more or less the insect intrusion that you will have. And it doesn't matter where, like, even if the laptops, like, yes, we do stuff outside, there's a very likelihood that, you put your laptop down when let's say you're doing camera programming, right? You put your laptop on a fucking picnic table on a patio. Maybe there's an ant or two, they crawl in. You never know. Like, the weirder thing happens. So I think that would be the only thing that I would do. Maybe like put micro meshing in, like take the speaker apart and put the micro mesh on the plastic cover. And then I would be safe. I would not worry about. I wouldn't really worry about if you don't get it wet, of course, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I mean it's a whole screen in area, right? But that doesn't prevent all geckos and all bugs coming in.
But that's what I'm saying. If you can micro mesh the inlay of the insides, which isn't that big of a deal, I think you have to take the boards out. But it's
I guess on the front you do already have micro mesh in terms of
this. Well, nothing gets in because it's sealed drivers, right? Like everything around the drivers is sealed. It's just more or less the back end where the things can get in. And then you also have an issue with the baseboard because that's very lucrative. And anyways, but yeah, that's just if God willing it's supposed to happen, then it's gonna happen. You're gonna get some shit inside and it's gonna short it out. But me personally, walking through the torture chamber twice in B&O Factory, I have more than full confidence that it'll last a long time. I've had once, this was outside of Edmonton, about an hour, where a lady called in. She had a 9000, and it was an old MCL system still. And she had an active kit, passive kit outside underneath the patio for 15 years, and it worked. It was loaded with
long enough.
Too. Yeah, so that's long enough, in my opinion.
Maybe I should look into getting like an X demo or something.
Put an A9 on the wall in the
outside.
On the outside.
I mean, it's not so heavy you can't move it, so I guess I could technically just like move it in and outside if I keep it on the feet.
Well, quite honestly, like if you put it on the wall, the easiest way to take it off is you screw in the first front feet. Then you take it off the wall, you put it on the ground, you lean it, and you screw in the third one, and then you don't have to balance it or put it belly down or whatever and risk scratching either side or fabric come off and whatnot. That's the best way to get them off. And then you also have two handles that it's easier to deal with the A9 slipping it off the bracket, because it comes in basically like inverted version of Avant, where it went this way, A9 goes that way. More or less the same as level, but level I don't like, because the level on the wall bracket, there is no fucking way that you'll never trigger something with it when you're putting it on the bracket. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. But you know, this irks me to no end, right? Like, how is it useful that, like, oh, just buy two, stereo pair them, pay exactly for two? Like, what the fuck still? I don't understand, right? Like, give, I don't know, $100 or euro off, right?
Something, for God's sake, like make a difference, offset this car. And like, that just doesn't make sense.
Because the shipping is free anyway, right? Like, with all this, that's what you say on the, but like, do something.
It should have been 7,000.
Yeah, make it worthwhile. Like, god damn. I mean,
make
because
$7,000, for God's sake.
Especially here in America, right? Like, if I can't listen to things, there is no way I'm just going to go, I'll take two then.
Mm-hmm.
Look, no, I'm going to buy one because it doesn't matter for pricing anyway. And then I may add a second one later.
Yes.
But most likely it's sort of like I'm never buying a second one, and I'll buy something else, right? Like I may buy another speaker for another room.
Yeah. Mike, you sound cheap. No, it's not about sounding cheap. It's about the fact that you don't understand marketing and how the deals work. Like, I'm not saying buy one, get one free, but let's say buy one, get one 10% off or something.
Yeah.
Like, there should be a monetary advantage for them to selling you a pair of them, period.
It would also be better for them because they sell two.
That's right.
Like, instantly you sell more than one, right? Like, you sell double.
That's my point as well, that it should be a lower price for buying a pair. But yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think this is, I think, on the iconic level of a 9,000 from the eras of the era of the 90s, right? So that's what it is. But yeah, A9 is I love the product. For me, it's just the fact there should be a monetary benefit to you buying two.
Yeah, I mean, I like A9s just fine. They're amazing. I never really had the space to put one in.
That is also my problem. It's not that I couldn't even afford it. I can't afford the room. Like, where do I put it? Like every room that I have has a set of speakers or a TV in it. So,
I mean, I'm to the point where, like, I'm thinking of an A9 for outside when I already have Bluetooth speakers for outside.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's exactly my issue too. Like, I'm still debating, do I do this shape deal and do I cut it out from the plywood? And, like, it's a fucking process and a mess. But I think it'll need to happen if I want to keep it going or make it up and put it on the wall. But I think I'll do that, like, in November. That's about the time.
You're either being intensely dense or you're trolling.
I think so too. Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel in this conversation.
I mean, that 8-inch. I mean, there is a difference in sound for, like, the bigger the driver goes, right? Like, just like what you call it, the 19 is a heck of a lot smoother than the bass on 28s, and it's just a size difference.
Funnily but the porting on the A9 really helps as far as the sound goes.
Yeah, funnily enough, the 19 sounds really strained compared to, like, 50s. Like it's really trying. I mean,
but A9 sound good in stereo pair, but it's just for me it's too wide of a sound stage because they are also the backfiring drivers go right.
Yeah.
So when we listen to them, like they will steamroll the 28s by performance any day of the week, but the accuracy is no longer there. It's very much an acoustic lens mimic as far as the imaging goes.
If I were to start over, I could definitely see myself with a theater 50s front and two A9s on the wall rear, right?
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, they're Mozart as well, so you can also you can DPL it and whatnot. I mean, it would look interesting if nothing else.
Yeah, but that's like if you had to start over. Like this is, that possibility didn't come around right away out of the box for the theater, right? This was introduced.
I mean,
it's been introduced a while back.
I don't know if for some reason my house burns down. I'm not rebuying 2 sets of 50s, right? If my insurance company says no, because that's now what, 160,000 US.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot.
and that's just the 50s, right? There's no theater, no screen, no heights. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few times back in Calgary where, especially from Canmore, for some reason, the houses, Canmore and Invermere were one of the 2 most lightning prone or strike prone cities or towns per se, and we've had people that lost their entire house, just one lightning strike, poof, done. Then I had a guy that lost 90% of his B&O due to lightning strike, because it traveled through the link eye by the fireplace, like 30 feet out in the yard, through the conduit all the way inside the main, and through the master link bus. It fucking poof all the way to the Biosystem 3 upstairs. Everything was gone. Yeah, that sucked, but insurance covered it. Still, it's not about the fact that like the things are burned, it's the fucking cables are done too, so you have to re-pull all the new wires. And
I'm not willing to try it, right? That's not what I'm saying, but I think my house should be good because I have like all these copper rods around the house that are jammed into the ground. And
that's what I never understood. Like when I moved to Calgary, like they don't have lightning rods anywhere on the buildings. They relied on the more or less cell phone towers to take the hits. Here you see more of that in Montreal.
Well, you're really going like city. That then, like every time.
Pretty much. But also in Calgary, a lot of the power infrastructure is done underground, right? Where here in the old city, like you have shit running through the trees, and if those go down, the cables go with them, right? And then all of a sudden, neighborhood loses power. So it's I don't know. For me here, I'm far enough to not worry about it, but if I was living somewhere downtown in an older building, I think I would have everything running off of a UPS or some sort of a bufferage going on for all my shit.
I am less worried like where you live if it's in an apartment building, right? Because it spreads the load so much.
Yes.
Like it's unlikely it exactly hits only your apartment.
No. Like that's the main node going. Everybody dies, right?
Yeah. So but here, I mean, I do have a fuse for the whole house for like massive spikes and that sort of thing. Then again, I don't want to test its reliability, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, but it also protects. It's also like the surges, because the Sparkies around here are going mental with new construction, and they slap these massive cables together on this road, where like these power cables, right, like that big, they just junk.
Oh yeah, that creates a jolt for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I put it in.
A lot of people that have generators with not properly bypassing the live feed versus the generator feed, and especially, I don't know why, but some people have it scheduled for every once a week for an hour to run the generator out of a test, I guess. And those I've had where B&O suffered a lot. Not just B&O, like they had a Ubiquity network. That was also fucked up because like you can't just brown out things twice a.
The thing is, if you build that to code here, right, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but this is Quebec construction, bro.
Yeah, but it's not even that, right? Because you have a shut-off point at the house that you shouldn't turn on unless you're out of power. Then you should have a lockout before any of that power even goes into the house and potentially out of the house.
No, but what I'm talking, there are devices that'll basically provide a seamless transition from a generator kicking on.
But it should turn off the main from the road to the house.
Yes.
But
it does it, and then the generator kicks in. So
yeah. So if it's gas powered, it doesn't respond fast enough. So you will always have a dead spot for like 2-3 seconds at shortest.
And that is what's killing everything. Because then another hour later, it does it all over again and goes back on the grid, right? Yeah. When the generator turns off.
I mean, when was this? This was now 10 days ago. Like 500-600 yards that way, there was a lightning strike that hit something. Because half the house here, like at my house, right? Like half the house, half the lights went off.
Fudge.
Like not all of them went off, but most of them went off.
So how does half the breaker? You have 2 breakers?
Boxes? I don't know what happened. Like I think one of these what you call it? These
substations?
These sub boxes, right? Where it splits off into a different neighborhood got hit.
Oh.
And it's grounded, but it did take a hit.
Oh, like one of those oil-filled buckets or whatever they are.
Yeah, and I guess some of the LED lights can handle it because they have like residual charge in the brick that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all the B&O stuff went off.
Yeah, for me the worst thing is when I've disabled it because I don't know why, but it re-defaulted to when there's power outage for all the Philips Hue to come back on. Right, and then I come back sometimes from work and all my lights are lit. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's because we had a power outage for a few minutes or a second, whatever, and then these things just reboot and come back online. So I had to change it all to not come on, I guess, after a power outage, which I think it's silly.
Yeah.
Also, Samsung TVs come on automatically after a power outage. I haven't been able to find anything anywhere in the menu to actually disable that, but it's stupid because you're not home, right? All of a sudden you come home and the fucking TV's on. How long has it been on if I was gone like somewhere for a month or a week or, So
I mean, the only reason currently that makes me consider buying like a battery backup for the house or a power wall or something like that is literally the fluctuations in power.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones that switch in like, was it 15 microseconds or something? And
it's fast
like,
enough.
It's so fast you don't even notice it. And it has enough juice in it that you don't have to flip individual breakers to like load it up properly.
Yeah, for me, it's that's why as much as it sucks having neighbors and being in these buildings, it's still a stable building as far as the power is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, in our generator manual, it literally says, right, like flip all the breakers off when you start the generator if it's attached to the house, and then turn all the breakers on.
One by one.
Yes, because
obviously,
like it's bad for the generator, and it's also bad for your appliances. If you just like
boom,
yank it and like everything starts drawing at the same time, right? That's probably what your customers also face, and why like shit is breaking.
Yeah, because it just pulls everything back online at the same time. So the brownout draw is immense, especially for appliances. Yes, especially if you get a couple of freezers on the grid and you've had them off for a little bit, they'll kick in. Air conditioning, that's a good kick.
Yeah, that's what, 8,000 watts or something.
Yeah, so it's
especially on startup.
Sometimes I'm amazed that the breakers don't flip up, but yeah. It's
I mean, the compressor outside on startup probably uses 5,000 watts, and then the air handler is at least 2,000.
Hmm.
I mean, and the worst bit is, right, like it's that initial startup.
Well, everything is in the initial startup. It's the same thing. Like if you first time plug in the 90s, like fucking lights dim, right?
Yeah.
Because the power draw to soak up those capacitors full, like it's just and yeah. The Philips Hue lights, like you said, the LEDs have a little bit more charge residually left in them, so they don't flicker. But the regular bulb, when I had it in that lamp, it would freaking tung tung come dim in and dim out from the 90s firing up, and per each speaker, more or less, because it's all the same circuit, I guess, even though they're plugged into the opposite sides of the wall. So, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's just what it is. We just get together and chat, and drink
invite your
coffee.
friends and family. I don't know. Like I'm not in charge of subscribing to myself.
That's it. I'm subscribed to him too, so I'm good with the notifications. But I turned off the notifications after a while. Because what the fuck? I'm here. Oh god. So yeah.
DJ Neo, what type of battery are you using for your house? Is it like a Powerwall or is it a different brand?
See, for me, it's impossible to do that in the apartment, right? Or could I? I would have to interrupt the main feed.
You as long as you're after the panel, it's fine, right? Essentially, you go from the building panel to the battery, and then get another panel behind that. You can
to my panel, more or less.
No, from like your individual panel, I mean, then you put the battery in, and then so essentially you take all your breakers out of the current panel for your apartment, just feed it to the battery, then make a new panel. That's how you could do it if your building would allow it.
Oh yeah, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, so like, is it possible? Yes. Will your building or like apartment allow it? Probably not.
But yeah, the generator kicks on because it's basically more or less right under me, a little bit further down in the alley, so I can hear it when the things go shitways. So that's because of DNS. Oh god. So
wait, I should turn super chats back on at some point if Max is donating 6 times. Like, what the hell?
yeah, but you need to buy me a coffee or buy me a beer, I guess, whatever that is, that website.
Yeah. I mean, one thing, it was causing more issues than it was solving, really, when it was still on.
What?
The whole super chat thing, right? Because like, depending on where you live, they want to know the total, but then you kind of pay taxes on what the total is. But the total is not really fair because YouTube takes like 40% of it or something like that.
So you get taxed on total, and then YouTube takes that, and then you pay the tax with whatever you're left with.
And like, it wasn't like it was money. I'm not saying I could live off this in any way, but like, no. It was, God, I think at the height when with all that, it came to like €120 a month or so. So it's like the tax is like not that great, but you were paying like €4 in tax that technically YouTube should have paid.
Yeah, but they're smart like that, right?
Yeah. Buy me an A9.
Started funding for outside too, colonies.
I mean, for 6 donations at £2 a piece, that would nearly buy me a sandwich in London.
Pretty much. Sandwich prices are outrageous here too, man. Like nothing goes under 20-25 bucks for a fucking sandwich. But they're at least good, because if you go to like Subway or any of those, the terrible, the greasy tray restaurants, it's a disaster. So yeah, we don't have those buy a coffee things yet.
I mean, you could set one up.
I guess we can just put our links together under our names.
With the way Canada is going at the moment, you need money more than I do.
Pretty much, it's
I mean, any foreign money is more valuable than your dollary dues, right?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I know Canada is definitely.
I mean, if I go to like Potbellies or something like that, the sandwich here is not that insane. It's like $8-9, but that's US, right? So
you can get some. You can get like in dépanneurs. Like there's some that make sandwiches you can eat for $10, let's say, with the drink.
Yeah.
But if you go to anything like fancy schmancy, or you're somewhere where like you have no choice, like when we're working downtown, you have no choice. You got to go somewhere where there's clothes, right? And usually you just pay for whatever it is, and it's if you want to get garbage from McDonald's or whatever, it's still gonna be fucking $18-20.
Yeah.
Or you go somewhere and buy a proper sandwich. Anyways.
Yeah. Into Preppy says, after listening to Spotify on my theater and switching back to TV, the B&O theater powers on and switches to Apple TV a few minutes after turning off the TV. Anybody experiences that? No, but that's a CEC thing.
Yes.
Because either the Apple TV wakes up because it thinks it sees a command, and then the TV wakes up because, like, CEC, right? Like, this is how your Apple TV remote is also volume controlling your theater.
I forget where it is, but you have to turn off. I don't know if you have the puck by any chance from the theater going into the Apple TV, but I've seen that happen to a lot of people, either on the stage or even directly on the panel. And it's a setting that could turn on or control amplifier on or off. And I think you need to do that, because the default CEC will still work. But if you do control amplifier, then as soon as essentially, if you have it set to like never go to standby, as soon as you power off the Apple TV, and a few minutes later it turns on because the screensaver more or less comes on, and it's a change, and that's what's detected, and then it fires up your display panel or the theater, more or less, for that matter, as well. So you need to turn that shit off. Personally, I honestly like to have POC on things, because the CEC doesn't really have sometimes as much to do with. And this actually goes back to a conversation that was on the Discord regarding the Blu-ray players and such. Peripheral control unit, not hockey puck, because I'm from Canada. The IR flasher or a plug, if you assign it into the the theater or Avant per se, I found the interface, like I have an Oppo DVD player or Blu-ray player, I guess, and it's much smoother of an interface, and you have mostly all the functions embedded in the sub menu as well. Or when you go list, and then it would say Oppo, and then you go right again, and then you see all the puck list on the Bio Remote one on the theater per se. So there's a lot more control, a way to control it. B, you're not really dependent on CEC, and you know that when you power it off, it powers it off.
Yeah, also your color buttons work, I think, on PUC, which they don't with CEC.
Yes.
I mean, it's a cable you can buy from the theater to your Apple TV. That cable, depending on length, is like €10 or something like that.
It's an IR flasher that has an RJ45 connector, and it's a pin.
Just go to your dealer.
4 and 5 and 6. No, 5, 6, and 7 and no. 7 and 8 is opened, so it's 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. Those are the 4 pins, plus and minus, and the even numbers are, I think, power. I don't remember. I have it on the thing somewhere in my phone. But yeah, you can re-terminate them yourself. Or I sometimes shorten them because the B&O cables come in 10-meter length, and this wire is very thin, and it's a son of a bitch when you undo it, and then it just becomes a fucking bowl of spaghetti. And yeah, it's not fun to deal with. But I usually just re-terminate them to proper length. Or with Oppo, you can just do it directly, plug into the back of the Blu-ray player, and you don't have that ugly sticker residue on your display. Or sometimes, which all the time, I put electrical tape over top of it so it doesn't fall off, especially in the racks when the shit heats up and IR flashes tend to come off.
Oppos are so expensive, though.
Yeah, they are. They're hard to find too.
If I go to Google Shopping,
Mm.
And they're all secondhand now, right? There's next to none new anymore. The cheapest I see on eBay is $2,000 for an Oppo 205.
Wow.
The fully fledged 205 Ultra is like $4,000.
Jesus Christ, those are expensive. I don't have that. I don't think so.
I mean, they were never cheap, right? But I still don't understand how Oppo like made the absolute best of something and then just decided, fuck it, I'm done. Let's not do this again.
I'm the 105D.
I don't think that's a 4K one, is it?
No, it's up.
That's just full HD.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is why I like also on the Discord why I said go for the Panasonic one, because they're really good and they're like not even half the price, or close to half the price, right? But I mean, the Oppo one is the reference model for any high end anything, really.
Mm-hmm. Have I considered wall mounting the 9000? No, I never did, and I quite honestly, when I first moved here, the goal was not to put as much shit on the wall as possible so I don't have to tape anything. But things have changed. I'm going to leave that 9000 where it is, as it is, because it works. I'm not moving it. My more or less concern would be this wall where the B&O pictures are, and taking them down and putting in a shape with a core in it, maybe. Or make it a high channels for the theater. So that would involve running the power up the wall, which I still have to do the holes. So that's why I'm really on the fence with it. Do I do that or do I not do that? Because well, I'm gonna stay here for another year. That's 100%.
Yeah, get the plywood. Do that.
But yeah, if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna get the plywood. I'm gonna cut it out to a shape that I want, quote unquote, right? And then I'm going to do the LEDs and shit in it. So then there is a little more electrical involvement, I guess. Not that really it matters, because I would just the problem is that in between those two plugs where the 18s are plugged in, there is no power.
Yeah.
However, there is power from the other side of the office.
Punch a
because
hole.
they're staggered. So I'm thinking I can punch the hole and just steal the power from the back of the plug, wire in, and then just run it in the void of the wall and come out wherever it happens to come out with the tile. And then the logistics of how do you hit that shit right,
Yeah, or maybe get one of those recessed power boxes if you want to go full electrician. Because they're not going to remember that it wasn't there.
No, I understand that, but I still have to punch holes.
Yeah.
Regardless, I still have to pull the Lumax or whatever the fuck. I still have to do that, even if I do the recessed grandfather clock plug, whatever clock plug they call it, right? I could do that, make a double one so I can plug in the bloody amplifier, or just a single one that's to plug in a power bar and then run that into one of the tiles, because I would need to run an amp and two receiver ones from it. and the driver for the hue.
Yeah, because like if you make a piece of plywood, right? I mean, 4 bolts would hold the whole thing up easily.
100%. 100%.
And then you would just need maybe 1-2 holes for cables, and that's it. Instead of like, what is it? 6 screws per tile before?
6,
Like,
72 holes altogether combined.
At least you're not Swiss cheesing your wall.
Well, it's not even about the Swiss cheesing the wall. The problem that I have with the shape on paper walls of North America is that all the speaker tiles that I was unable to hit any stud, even though it's a metal one, any stud, and I use the metal wall anchors.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that you screw in and then basically you put in the screw. Every single one of them was vibrated out. So when they were coming off,
Molly bolts.
wow, that was before I knew those, asshole. Like the fuck, right? I used what I had at the time. Even the ones that were on the studs that caught 2 screws on the studs or 1 screw on a stud, the other side was also vibrated out.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with the drywall. You know, you wouldn't have that necessarily with the plywood. And if I were to do it on the plywood, then I would most likely do I would do 4 anchor points and use the big toggler bolts.
I mean, if you wanted to be sure it doesn't back out, right, you could either put some caulking or some Loctite on the bolts. Like, I wouldn't go for Loctite red, but like Loctite blue or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just some regular old caulking, right? Just that rubber gives a bit, and once it dries in the threads, it's
Has anybody padded the back wall side touching the wall, essentially, the plywood with anything? Because I'm thinking, like, would it make sense to have the closed cell foam sheets from Michaels? Yes, I fucking used to work at Michaels, so I know a lot of these crafty nonsense bullshits. But if you run,
yours know what Michaels is.
no, they wouldn't. But it's a craft store, right? And they sell these 8.5 by 11 sheets of closed cell polyurethane.
Where old ladies go for knitting.
Where old ladies goes for knitting, and oh my god, there's so much. There's so much. 37,000 items back in 2003 when I was working there, and I more or less knew where all the places of them were, which is insane. So, do I pad it? You know,
I don't think it's necessary personally.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up because the walls here are not fucking perfect, bro. They're not flat. They look flat, but when you shine a flashlight, you throw up in your mouth a little bit.
No, I understand, but if you have on both sides anyway, at least, or if you're at least on a stud, there's enough.
So let's say this is my shape, right? And I put 2 and 2 anchor points here and here. Poof, 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 right?
Yes.
So this, if there's a speaker tile somewhere over here, it would still fucking vibrate, I worry, enough that it would resonate if it's, that micro distance between the drywall offset, right? Just like an A1 when you have it leaning against the wall on a coat hanger. I'm worried about that effect. Would it really be that bad with 90s in the front? I don't think so. I don't think it would be even audible. But
I think you'll be fine with that. Also, like this time when you put it all on plywood, right? Like you have to vibrate the whole weight of the whole thing, not just of one tile.
Yeah, but I think the most vibration these speakers will ever incur is during the whoop.
Yeah, but again, it's per side. It's still left, right, and that left side has to shake the whole thing on plywood, including all your hue drivers, and like that thing is going to be so much heavier than you think it is.
Oh, I know it will be. Fuck.
So I think also I don't think your wall is that unflat. Like it's not like if you put a straight edge on it, right? You can push like your finger in between.
No. But I've seen walls like that here too.
Yeah, but if you are under studs and you torque it down properly, it's gonna bow it to like to strength essentially.
Mm. Yeah, it's a task. The problem is that where do I put it together? Because I'm not really going to chop it on my fucking Noguchi table and run a freaking jigsaw and stuff. So I have to do it in the office.
Yeah, or you go to the parking lot, or you go to the garage, or you go to. I mean, you can lay it out right on paper, draw it out, and then take that draw out to wherever you want to cut the plywood.
I'm thinking to see if the guys on Discord, are they using a specific program to tile this out to make it on a CNC machine? Because I could contact people that do CNC and just have it cut out from wood in the same way.
I don't know, but you have their contact details, so just ask
I would
them.
need to first. I need to agree with myself. What shape am I going to agree with?
Yeah, I think that's the most important bit, right? Like, what shape do you want? Because it's infinite.
That's the problem. Last time it was 63 revisions before I agreed with myself, and that's a lot of time spent, going through colors and blah blah. Now I know the colors are set. Like, that's not changing. Maybe.
Yeah, you still have
maybe
to
not.
decide where the speakers go, and
have to do all that, and then fuck, if I turn them upside down, no, I don't think it's gonna change the way that the pattern runs on the quadrat. If I want to have the tweeters point inwards on both sides, right, I have to upside down one side of the shape.
I think you'll be all right. The B&O Composer added 50s and 90s, like, God, 2 months ago now?
Yeah, it's been a while. Not in B&O's terms, but yeah. It's fairly recent, I guess you could call it.
Mr. LDS says, for what it's worth, the new app seems to be exceptional so far, very stable, no jitters or disconnect, everything just works. I mostly agree. I have this weird thing now where, like, if I don't use something for very long, for some reason, the Deezer credentials fail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it pulls up a song, right? But it just keeps, and it artwork and everything, but it just says 0000 and 0000.
Interesting. You know what the only issue that I had come across is essentially sitting in the park, playing B&O radio through the Explorer. You essentially have to put the app in the wall mount mode, because as soon as the screen turns off, the streaming turns off, and it's very annoying.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't do it with Deezer. When you're playing Deezer off the Deezer natively app, it doesn't have an issue. I don't have Tidal anymore to play with to see if it will do it with Tidal if the screen goes off, but that's a minor inconvenience comparatively what I do with the app. I don't really do much with it anymore nowadays at all.
I mean, other than that, the app is a lot better. It seems smoother.
It's way snappier. It's way snappier. It crashes way less. Even though I've seen it crash with the theater doing the room compensations.
I mean, there is still room for improvement. I still want sound info to be on the theater. Like,
yeah,
I still have the weird bug that I still can't control the color of my theater.
That has to be engraved in your account somehow, dude. There's no way. I think it's your account's cursed like that. That's what you get, Mr. Default.
Yeah, I mean, I once was able through some things to check my account, and it keeps a register of what you have ever added to your account. And that list was long with all the review items I had. So there's still like an A9 on my account and a level and an emerge. It's just like all this shit I sort of forgot about.
Yeah, you have to delete that. I got so much stuff on my account
It's deleted on my side. It's not deleted on their side.
On the server, yeah.
Like, they know which products I have had at any given point at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was quite interesting to know. Because it's a list, right? Because like all my sets of 50s are also still on there.
Oh my god! So you have like what? At least 4 pair? 5?
Yeah, 5.
And that goes back 7 years now, or however fucking long the podcast started, because it started because of that.
Yeah, BeoLit 12 is still on there.
Yeah, I purged my file a few times, but yeah, I've had a lot of stuff.
I'm not
my
talking
account.
about my site, right? Because on my site,
No, I did it from the BNO's server. Like I
Yeah.
purged my shit on the server because I had way too much.
I mean,
We also did that for the store.
What was that AirPlay 1 device? I forget. I'm blanking on the name now. The little white box.
Playmaker.
Yeah, that's still on there.
No shit.
I mean, I got a Playmaker when I bought 3s, and I decided to use it for a bit, and I think we gave it away.
It's all that stuff also was back in the day registered through ROS to your account.
Yeah.
And they do harvest. If it's the same email, they do harvest that information. So that's how they know. Because it's tied into all of your history with BNO if the accounts are linked up properly. I go back all the way to BioVision 8. And the BioSound 2. BioSound 2 before that. I bought that as the first thing in 2004. Then I just freaking slit my wrists, bro.
Look, the oldest stuff that I've owned in terms of B&O stuff, you couldn't even register.
Oh yeah, no, I've had stuff that you couldn't register back then, but like from what I remember at the times when like the ROS was real, right? Like they could print you a document. That was BioSound 2 was my first purchase in 2004.
I mean, there's like an Avant 32 in there somewhere, and an Avant 28, and
fuck, old school.
Yeah, the stuff that didn't even have pin codes because it was so goddamn heavy you couldn't move it anyway.
Oh, I remember doing an Avant for one client, like Avant 32, bro. That was at least movers put it to a semi-final location, but to move it around was an absolute biatch. They're so heavy, and there's no service gates for that. It's just you got to brute force.
Well, you did have those hand things in the back.
But come on, right? Like,
well, it's a 2-person thing.
It has to be a 2-person thing, no matter what.
The worst bit I remember from that is if you didn't lift it up perfectly straight, right? Because it would change the stand slightly, and if you then press 0, it would always be off center. It's so annoying.
Yeah, back in the yesteryears of the analog floor stands. Now, if I remember correctly, I think that my theater did update the firmware on my floor stand.
I have to look. That's another update I want. I want to be able to go in my BioRemote 1 to like floor stand or stand position or whatever it's called, right? And just press 0 and that it recenters itself. Because currently it doesn't do that. That's how old floor stands used to be. Like you could have your seating positions would be numbered.
Yeah, but floor stand 0 was a standby position.
Yeah, which was the centered position. Like
if you had it saved as a center.
Yeah. But I often have like cats jump up, right? And then like my floor stand without moving, without touching the remote is like way off axis. And there's no way to center it other than visually going right. Like
why don't you have it in the My Buttons?
For some reason, it doesn't want to stick to that. If it's already on the same speaker preset, you have to like change presets altogether and then back.
Oh, it doesn't remove the stand
back
to its position once it's already selected.
Yeah. At least on mine. I don't know if that's different on yours.
Fucking let's try it. Okay, I'm gonna turn on radio. I'll just turn it down so we don't have any. But the radio
we can't be demonetized anyway. We're not monetized.
Yeah. So, anyways, but this is comedy. I want some nonsense going up. Anyway, so now it's just I have it set in a My Button 3 as standing flat. So let's go. If I go stand. Oh no, I'm not even gonna do it with. I'm just gonna do it like your cats would and just jump off and do that, right?
Yeah.
So if I go number I'll go back to preset number 2. I'll just get out of that. See it. So I'll go preset number 2. It moves it back.
Huh.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah, to me it always works. So even if I do that, obviously the volume is gonna jump up. I'll do it manually. So it works.
Interesting. Does it also work if, because I take it's under a listening position, right? That it's
Yes, I have a listening position assigned in the favorites.
so if you go to
Under atmosphere, you put into whatever you want. Because I have the stand-up comedy radio come on, but I have it come on without the 90s come on.
I have to see then if maybe my settings are weird, or maybe it's just mine. Because the floor stand is fully functional otherwise, right? It's just it doesn't reset. So
let's see if I can do this link to Windows. Because this broke my balls the other day, and I remember we were talking about this.
Chaba says, guys, anyone has a clue? From time to time, I get a notification on my theater that L1 is connected and then disconnected. Starts to show piano keyboard looking animation, interrupts. L1? What is L? Like the wireless or Wi-Fi? What is L1?
Yeah,
is that a language thing because you're in Swedish or something?
This is an Apple TV issue. Yeah, this thing doesn't want to link, but at any rate, let's go to the BNO app.
I don't know what L1 to 9 is.
Here, we'll go here.
Yeah.
And then, so I have a radio station selected. That doesn't matter, but under atmosphere,
yeah,
I go to speech, and then I have the listening preset set to triangle.
Yeah.
And that's what it always sets to.
Huh. Okay. I'll have to figure it out.
So under atmosphere, just put it in whatever listening preset you want, and make sure the TV's flat and whatever. Like if you just want something that the theater works only, then have that my button set up, and you're laughing.
Yeah, maybe something's weird with my floor stand then. I don't know. Could be. Because similarly, that ever since I attached the floor stand, right, I can't do anything to the colors.
Do you have access to your app right now? Go to settings and then go to about.
Let's get to theater.
And you should have a stand version 1.58.k at least, or around.
Stand version?
Under about in your theater. Hardware information.
Stand 1.58.k.
Yeah, so it's current.
Huh.
So then go back to your listening presets and see if you don't have the atmosphere set up. Maybe you just didn't save the. Or
no,
didn't select.
I have that for just about everything. Let's see. Settings, sources, search from standby. No source behavior.
No, it's not there. It's in the my buttons. Press and hold on the my button. and then under edit, you go, instead of content, you go to atmosphere, and then you see if your listening preset's grayed out, then it doesn't put it back to where it was. Because you can save the my button without the listening preset.
No, they're all there.
It's brighter than sun, dude.
Yeah. They're all there.
Yeah, but none of them are selected.
Well, they go to, that's weird. Because under source selection, they do go to their specific speaker groups. That's new since this app. Now it's, let's see. I'll have to check this later because I mean, when I watch YouTube, for instance, and I always did this through source behavior, and that's also where you have atmosphere, or you used to. I don't know if you still do. I haven't looked at this since the new app version. But if I go to, I don't know, watch Plex or whatever, like it's a totally different listening position than if I watch YouTube. But for some reason, whenever my cats move the stand, it doesn't seem to move the stand anywhere. It just doesn't do anything, even though all the listening position changes.
That's weird. No, it should work. Let me see. I'm going to give it one more try to see if I can.
I mean, I have to reset everything anyway, which is, I'm partially dreading this, right?
Yeah.
Because ever since I got my new front doors, the house is so goddamn quiet. And also, I've bought, what would you call that? An under carpet padding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, it's like that much padding underneath the carpet in the living room.
Underlay.
Yeah, and I don't know how much it changes, but it changes definitely how the carpet feels, and it's fucking wonderful to walk on now. Like all of a sudden, it's so soft.
It's like a cloud, man. Yeah, it's soft. It definitely softens the acoustics in the house for sure.
Yeah, meaning the carpet is somewhat thick, but now it's like a lot thicker. And so I have to redo all that.
Are your doors opening correctly? Or did it raise the carpet? No.
Oh, no, this is just an area rug.
Oh, okay.
It's the blue carpet in front of the theater in 50s with the couch and everything.
Oh, I see.
I mean, also somewhere along the line, I figured out that my couch was moved like 6 inches forward, and I didn't notice. So I moved that back. So now all the measurements are out of whack anyway, but like they're not out of whack that much, right? You don't notice it for films, but you do notice it in narrow modes.
Yeah, narrow mode exposes exactly if you move stuff around.
So I have to redo everything, and I'm so annoyed by that. It takes so long.
It does, especially with the 50s and 90s along. It takes a long time to tune it all. But it's worth it. It's worth every second of I guess, quote unquote, wasted time to make it sound good. Because
yeah,
the
it's
reward
just that
is
look, you know how long it takes to do your 90s, right? It essentially takes the same amount to do one set of 50s, except I have to then do it all over again with another set of 50s.
It's a bit faster with the 50s because there's less drivers. So the 90s go 5 times, where you go, you go 3 woofers. So I go 4 woofers, and then I go 5 walls. So that's 9 sweeps, and you go 3 woofers, 7. And you go 7.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but another thing with all this is I have to lock my fucking cats up, because
when you're watching TV.
Well, no, when the whooping, especially because they come running in, right, and go, "Arr, arr,
oh God, yeah, they're putting their 2 cents in. But yeah, I don't do any gaming anymore. I used to play video games, but I think that if I did it with the TV here, I think I would get noise complaints pretty quickly with the sirens, like playing Grand Theft Auto and just sirens and pistols and explosions and shit. You know. Plus, I really don't. I know how addictive the gaming is, and I choose not to spend time on it because once I start, I have a hard time quit it. Especially if you play like a role playing game, like I played all the Crisis and stuff, right? You get into that, and I'll just do one more, one more, one more. Fuck, it's 3 a.m. Shit, I gotta be up at 6. So I stopped doing that to myself, and I kind of just don't. If I play games ever, it's on the computer that I'm streaming on. And you know what? It's gotta be a no sound system in it. So and I have portals, but I kind of find it sounding really good just sitting in front of it and having the computer do its thing as a desktop itself. But I really rarely play video games nowadays, to be honest.
I just don't
I
have the
play them on the
time.
phone. I play the Command and Conquer, which I played for a long, long time. But I don't. I don't like if I criticize anything as far as surround goes, it's the movies and their performance on the speakers because at the end of the day, it's the guy that mixed it together that's the deaf one, right?
I mean, if I have the time and or desire, it's maybe an hour a month, if not less. Like in the last 2 days, that's the front door, right?
Mm-hmm. Ring camera.
So that you see the, but that upper bit I painted black
Mm-hmm.
because I read somewhere that bugs don't like it when it's too dark, because we've been getting these sort of, they call them mud wasps locally. I don't exactly know what the name for them is,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been getting these fucking wasp nests right there. Like, and they're not big, right? Like they're only, the nest like maximally is only about that big.
Do they sting?
They can. They choose not to generally, but these fuckers
Mm.
are like an inch long. They're enormous. But it's just really annoying, right? To open your front door every time and wasps, hello.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not fun.
So this house was really a fucking project, and I'm still not fully done.
So no chance to or no time to play.
Yeah, I mean, I have it on
No. I
occasion.
guess the irony of it is that we have like close to probably the best systems that BNO has to offer, and people would kill for doing that shit on those systems. Honestly, I understand that, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's the same thing, I guess. When you own a Ferrari, you drive it every now and then, but then there's people that would kill to own it to drive it, just like you every now and then.
I mean,
But
the thing
I
is,
do
right?
enjoy my speakers. Don't get me wrong.
I don't game on my TV setup ever, like, because I'm a PC gamer, right? Like,
Same here.
I like that thing. I'm
Doesn't make
besides
sense to me.
Tekken, besides fighting games, I'm not very good at it.
No, I like my mouse and a keyboard. You can
Yeah.
pair that now with the PlayStation, right? But it's just it's kind of weird to sit here on the Eames chairs and have all that nonsense in front of you. And fuck that, DJ Diddles.
Yeah, so I don't really like. If I do anything, especially these days, you end up watching movies,
Mm-hmm.
and that's, I think, where it even shines even more.
Yes.
So yeah. I mean, I wish I had more time for it. Like, I almost wish the house was further done, but I still have to start digging at some point outside to put French drains in on alongside the house and shit like that.
Damn.
Which is going to be and it's also expensive. That's another thing, right? Like,
Everything's expensive, man. Fudge.
I'm saving a shit ton of money by doing it by myself, but that
Mm-hmm.
absolutely means you do not have time for much of anything else.
No, not at all. Have you ever considered? I don't know if it ever popped up as a question, but like bollards, to retrofit bollards in your yard.
No,
Would you ever consider doing that?
no.
If the cost wasn't the one of the restrictors, would you consider doing that, or you just don't see a point in having outside speakers like that? Would you put an A9 over top of that, regardless of the
If
cost?
money really wasn't an object,
Mm.
I would probably put something like 8 Celestials outside in the
Soffit?
sort of in the, no in the like our sort of patio bit has like a god that's probably 4 foot overhang before it goes into the like screen in bit,
Oh, okay, so you put them there.
and that's like 4 meters by, well, the length is probably 15 or so, and it tapers, but on the short end it's still like 2.5 meters or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put a like 8 Celestials or something in there if money really was an object. But I mean, at night, right? There is no way you're going to go outside of the screened in porch or area, like
No, there's no way.
like unless you're one of these people that never gets eaten by bugs. I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah, Bowler probably has a 2 for 5 deal.
I mean, if I lived somewhere else, let's say like San Diego or something like that, maybe, because San Diego has a lot less bugs because it's essentially desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Arizona for that matter, then I might. Because you buy way more land with your neighbors being much further away. Like I do like the bollards, right? But it's more for an estate. Like if I have, I don't know, 6 of them lining the fence area, right? Like
Yeah.
my neighbors are going to just have to listen to what I'm listening to. That's essentially
Oh,
what it is.
100%.
And I don't like being that imposing, and I don't have enough garden parties. Like I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
garden party type of person.
But yeah. Yeah, I find them interesting, but yeah, for me, obviously, like I'm in an apartment, so it's out of question. But
I mean, I like them.
even
They sound very good. They
oh
just
yeah,
really don't fit with how I live at all. I also think, like, I mean, my neighbors aren't exactly close to me, but you need like your neighbors to be like, I don't know, 20 meters away from you at least, right?
it would have been cool if they made an outdoor speaker again that would be on a same basis as like the BeoLab 1516 used to be, with the motorized swivel out mid-range drivers. That'd be cool.
This is why, like, if I were to put outdoor speakers like in anything, it would be in the ceiling of that extended roof line, and I would put a bunch of Celestials in there.
Just black grills, no fancy.
Yeah,
What's the
or
point?
even fancy. It doesn't really matter. But I mean, that's what I probably would do. Or
Yeah,
I don't know, put an A9 on the wall somewhere, or
put
2,
2, fuck.
and pay
2
the
for
price
2.
of 2. Yeah, Jesus
2 for
Christ.
2.
Look, that's the thing, right? If you go to like, this is another thing, right? If you go to a fucking dealer and you say, if I buy 2, do I pay for 2? He'll probably say, no, I'll give you a bit of a discount.
Yeah, of course.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird approach that B&O has with that deal 2 for 2 thing. It should be a difference in price a little bit cheaper, just a little bit. Take off 200 euros, maybe 400 euros, make it 7 grand even. It's already a lot of money for a set of speakers to start off with, per se. But if it, you know, compared to all that high end nonsense you can get, it's just, sometimes like 7 grand is not even the price of the amplifier that you need, a monoblock basically for each speaker and the cables, and we've been down that road. No point to talk about it.
I mean, this is serious cash now. It's like 10 grand euro. So I don't like. Is that all tariffs?
I don't know. I don't even know what to believe with this tariff nonsense because we're getting tariffed on shit too here, and it doesn't make sense.
I mean, €1 is $1.17, so it can't be because, I mean, then there's like $1,500 extra or thereabouts.
For some reason, the groceries in Canada are cheaper that are from the US than the ones that are made in Canada. I notice more and more.
But, I mean, 15,000 US is serious money for a 55 with oak.
Yeah. We go with the C5 panel to save the money, or at least something. But at that point, wouldn't it be more sense?
This is only the soundbar, right? There's nothing with it.
I know, it's naked. I think it would make more sense at that point to buy the soundbar with the 65-inch wings and no cover, and just buy a Tigrino cover, which is much nicer, and you don't pay as much for it.
Yeah, especially here in the
aluminum ones. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much better when you buy it like integrated. The Ferrari edition is
27
euro. Let's see what that is in dollars. $31,400.
Yeah, that's steep. That's a little steep. Still a beautiful TV, man. I love my theater. I cannot get enough of it, honestly. So $29.50 for or 21 grand, I guess, for the motorized floor stand.
Which is far more reasonable than the Ferrari one, right? Because the Ferrari one is 10 grand more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the only real difference is a slight color hue.
So, but yeah, I don't like the 77. The wings are too much. And then they give you that subwoofer in the car in the rearview mirror effect when everything just vibrates in the reflection. I find even the 65, sometimes I see that, but since I put the 90s on it, it doesn't really do that unless I'm running them without the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, one way to make it instantly cheaper is just have a split setup like I have, because like I'm never buying that screen mount interface on the back, right?
Well, for you, it doesn't make sense if you want to go even with a bigger panel that you already have, because they don't make them. And at this point, I would also genuinely worry about that screw assembly that attaches to the floor stand. Would that even hold the weight?
Yeah. But anyway, like that's an instant $1,500 saving, right? By splitting it up, because like any sort of VESA mount that is good enough is $25 or something for the screen.
Yep.
And then you still have the motorized speaker below it that does everything.
Well, I think if you buy the big G panels, don't you get the wall bracket included? Or if not, then you can buy the wall bracket for $100 from LG and just slap it on the wall flush. And that's it.
Yeah.
Get more soda. So that's it. Personally, I don't have a need for a larger TV. I like the aspect ratio of it, and everything is the same height. Nothing's too dominant, because if I did switch to 77, then it would be significantly higher as well, right?
Oh, I don't have.
I would have three bloody wingses. Because I have the 55 when I bought it, 65 then I got it, and then 77 to be had. No,
I don't have a need for it. I have a desire for it, right?
Yeah,
like none of you don't need 90s. You just really badly want them.
That's it. Willie, how is the walnut on your theater treating you? Has it faded or lightened in the tone since you got it? No, I don't think it did, and I'm very adamant about not having direct sunlight going into the room at all. But to me, it never changed in color that I can see. And even in my old apartment, it was always facing against the sun, more or less. So if anything, the one that would fade is the back covers, but I haven't seen anything that would go down with it tone wise at all.
You need a lot of light for a long ass time for anything to fade like that.
Yeah, years.
And well, not just that, right? Like you also need to not have double glazing. You can't have an energy coating on your glass, and you need to open your window effectively a lot, often with direct sunlight, because I mean, for the same reason, right? That you don't. Well, I guess you technically can, but you don't. You can't sun behind glass. Like if you lay on the beach and put a sheet of glass over you, right? You're not going to discolor at all because the glass filters almost all the UV out.
Is the walnut a clear coat or a colored finish? It is real walnut slats. There's no treatment on them other than they're sanded down. So they're not oiled. It's pure walnut as is. At least on all the ones that I've seen. Like my Nelson bench from Herman Miller, that has I'm certain of it that it's got some sort of a finish on it, but it's not too shiny. And it's not shiny. It's matte, but it's real wood. It doesn't have any treatment on it like let's say BeoLab 18 lamellae, where there is a more shine to it. It doesn't have that. So the only ones that are, I guess, that have any treatment on them is the atelier nonsense when you pay for somebody to take a little paintbrush and paint them hot pink or orange or whatever the colors, and that's it. Or lacquered, which I think you can get the black ones lacquered or something. You can get anything really if you're throwing 40% more premium onto the speakers or a soundbar. But no, they have no special treatment at all. Didn't bug me. Sorry, the OCD with the 18s. I thought my lamella was off a little bit, but it's not. It's just the way that the speaker looks. But yeah, I am thinking of getting that, like I said, the Tigrino one. I'm still kind of worried that it's going to be too shiny, but I'm gonna bite the bullet soon and get it.
I think the shininess, like all aluminium, right? Like, is your current aluminium too shiny?
Not really. Yeah.
I mean, it mostly is light, right? That makes it too shiny.
Yes. Yeah, there's no light that hits these speakers and or the TV. I try to keep it off. Same with the Avant in the living room. I mean, in the bedroom.
I mean, with those,
it's a blackout shader, so I usually keep it off. Same in my Lego room, I keep the blackout shade down. So the white Lego sets don't yellow, because that's a very prone thing to happen on those sets.
seeps out.
So I keep that room dark. I open the blinds in the evening to open the window and just air it out, whatever. But there's a white V1 in there, but that TV also really never seen sunlight, because in Calgary, when I had it, it was installed on a wall bracket in the kitchen. So the worst that it ever gotten was the pot light shining on it. And when I left the apartment, I lived with my mom for a while. It was on the table stand or floor stand, I guess, that was on the table in my bedroom. And here it was for a few weeks, it was mounted in the bedroom, and then my girlfriend decided that it's too small of a TV to watch movies, so I put the Avant back up. Fuck. I made her work for it, though. She helped me put it on. I fucking regret that, but it was good. It made it on the wall, and it works. So, yeah, and then I put the rear speakers to it, and then the whole saga started with the freaking Roku player not playing surround but 2.2 channel PCM, and it pissed me off, and Apple TV came back.
I'm really thinking of going this way.
Go with the black.
Yeah, because like the contrast is really nice.
Mm.
I mean, I don't dislike the black fabric, right? But it makes it sort of bland, and like you will still see, like same with the oak, right? You see these sort of waves in there.
Yes. You'll probably see them more with the black than you see them with the silver, because the silver, your eye just naturally distracts.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like I would get rid of the oak one I have. It's just like every so often you switch over.
Yeah, I thought about it to pull out the oak lamellas for the 90s, and because I have the oak grill as well, just to throw the oak for now and see what it looks like. Play with it.
I mean, also, I think this picture with the white background doesn't really do it super justice, because it's not black, it's anthracite, but it's much. That anthracite is quite an interesting color depending on how the light shines on it as well.
Yeah, from here it looks like a warm charcoal though, a little bit.
Not what was it? Soft granite or whatever the hell.
Soft granite, warm granite. But yeah, I like it.
Because I mean, it's not exactly black. It's very dark, but it's not black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm down. It's just like I said, the Bahamas trip is a little bit in the air now because the container not showing up. So I don't know when I'm gonna go, and I really, really don't want this to be sitting in front of my mailbox for 3 weeks or whatever when I'm gone.
I mean, again, I don't like. There's still, because of the back cover that it all sits on. It's not that silver, right? Like,
yes,
there's equal amount of black.
well, it's probably done in a white photo box or just rendered.
Yeah,
in a white photo box to show it. But you know what though? The gold with the silver kind of saves the look of the G5 65 or whatever G5 panel on the gold tone theater.
yes. Is this? Wait, where are?
What are you looking for?
I think discover now, because like this for a third. Look, you gotta hand it to them, right? For a third-party manufacturer, how close that matches is insane.
Well, it's dead on. First of all, second of all, almost looks like oak, but it's not because you can see the reflections.
Yeah,
it's very sleek.
I mean, this combination is also pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It looks white.
I mean, somewhere around here is he made a video for them, didn't he?
I think it was on the Instagram. I don't know if they have it on the website. I saw the video on the Instagram, and I think it was somebody posted on the Discord as well. From what I remember.
Yeah, let's see.
But yeah, I think honestly, still to this day, I really believe that the theater is probably, if not the best product of the decade for B&O. Like 90s were cool when they came out with them. Yes, they're out of reach for a lot of people. But this is as significant as the BeoVision Avant when it first came out in 2012. But way more balls and power. And I love the modularity with it. Yeah, that's the vid. But yeah, that looks balls.
I mean, is that too shiny?
For me, it looks too white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's again from angles they play and fuck with your eyes.
It's also really close up, right? You're not usually this close.
No. This is uber macro for how I would see it, because I see it from this distance normally. Usually, it would become much brighter because it would reflect the oak floor and a little bit of that carpet black and white nonsense.
I don't think I've ever shown this before, but
Here it is.
Here goes. I mean, this is a B&O creation, and you can ask for it, and they can make it for you. But it's been long enough now that they could have made up their mind about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this would have been. See, it's only a rough-in because there's nothing. They should have glued it on the substrate and actually put it on the grill in the theater. But that, I think, would have been a game, not a game changer. Would be a winner for people with the 50s like yourself with the Mercedes grills. You know.
Yeah, the thing though is these are perfectly straight, and on the 50s
They're
they
not.
are not. They are sort of in a pattern that way. And you like sometimes depending on the light, you can draw all sorts of lines in them.
I know. I've started at those Merc grills for a while myself. Yeah, they are very eye interesting. But these, this would be just slats straight down, more or less. I don't think it would be that optically distracting from the whole thing. I think it would still tie it in very nicely as far as having them, in front of one another. Because I think those crooked lines would make the TV crooked looking or wavy. Like it wouldn't look as good as straight, where the 50s have that oval shape to them on the bottom, right? It's a different play. What are you clicking again for?
I'm just looking at some. So this, I mean, no, I can't show that.
Oopsies.
Let's see.
Going through the archives of stuff that can we show or not.
You can show that.
Do it.
And it's is it HD? I mean, this is not too silvery. Like this one almost looks black, right? Because it just reflects what's in front of it.
Yeah, what's in front of it around it. No, it looks fucking cool.
I mean, I understand that you need to show off the what you call it, the product, but you can't do that from like 6 feet away. But that's the normal distance you would be away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but it doesn't. I mean, that's the only thing I sometimes think of in terms of pictures and whatnot could be done a bit differently.
I'm still thinking that if I get the Greeno grill, I'm gonna take out some lamellas and do a combination of walnut and aluminium in it as a play.
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe I'll order 40 pieces. That's what I was counting. I would need out of 74 to make it somewhat shiny and not, and keep the walnut on the beveled where it's glued. The last 3 are glued. But
see, this is a lot further away. You get more of a realistic sense of what it looks like.
Is this custom 88-inch wings? Because there's no way those are 77, are they?
I think those are 77.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I guess. I don't think so.
I mean, it's a bit much like this, right?
It's
like,
too much.
But I also think these wings are a bit too much.
That's what I'm saying. The wings are too much.
Let's see. Did I have some? Oh, we just saw
That's not a bad idea to underlight the stick an LED strip underneath the theater, like to have it there.
They make a ton of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, how close these are in color is pretty
Dead on.
amazing.
It's dead on, dude. It is dead on.
I mean, this anthracite in red looks quite good.
It looks hot. Yeah, it looks
it's
hot.
a nice contrast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks really good.
I mean, if you're into gold, this works very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not entirely sure, like, why B&O decided gold, other than maybe the Middle East or something.
They've always had yellow in it, or they called it yellow, which was gold. Even the 8000s back in the day were gold, right? Gold yellow.
Yeah.
4000s. The whole product line was basically yellow. But yeah, these are nice. I like them. I really like them. I think that's something that B&O, I don't know, for whatever reason, decided to miss the boat on.
Yeah, I agree with Max that the honey tone is nicer. But this is partially why I would consider going the anthracite in front. It's the one that just passed, right? Because it just looks. It's a nice contrast on the aluminium one.
Yes. Yeah, I know it looks very good. It definitely looks good on the aluminium. Maybe I'll end up with both. Fuck, you never know.
Little Zen garden with.
I like that. That's cute. The little stand. The little stand is cute. I approve.
I mean, it's a nice little setup like this.
Mm-hmm.
Chava says, I miss bronze from their standard option. Spoke with a dealer the other day. He had a customer that was considering having a BV theater made in piano black. Yeah, you can do that. No problem. Yeah, again, bronze, like, but this is a thing, right? Like, for some reason, besides classic standard clear aluminium, every other color at some point becomes custom.
Mm-hmm.
So either you furnish your entire house or your main room or whatever in one go in that color, or stick to regular aluminium.
Or end up paying premium for custom matching it then.
Yeah, I mean, you can still get bronze, but it'll cost you like 20% more.
Yeah, if not more. Yeah, I don't know. I've always I was inclined towards the silver aluminium products in B&O's repertoire or portfolio. Even back in the day when there was, red BioLab 8000s and teal BioLab 8000s or 6000s, right? Like, they had a whole bunch of colors. Chanterelle was a nice addition, but it's nice for a beach house. Not something that I would ever own. I prefer my B&O in silver, and then adopts to the colors in the house to begin with. And if you go with black, it's too dominating. Like when I had my first set of 90s in black colors, they took up the room. They took up the 3/4 more room than these optically did or ever did. Because these look slender, especially when you stand in front of them. Like they look way slimmer and slender than a black pair. So, but yeah, everything that I have from B&O is more or less, other than the V1, is within silver tones, and obviously Avant, because it's got piano black on it too, but it's silver. So I don't know. I think it's. I'm not disagreeing with myself and commitment to the silver color, because that makes it easy to put stuff in.
I mean, this is a very shit photo, but
yeah.
No, not that piano black is too black, but if you get a floor stand, right, piano black is so black that any hair, unless you have really
Anything
black
shows.
hair,
Anything
any
shows.
pet dander, human dander, any sort of dust will show immediately.
Mm-hmm. I have a BeoSound too in piano black, dude, and I wipe it at least once a week, and it's a cone that sits in the kitchen. Nothing touches it.
Well, the thing is, right? Like, imagine if that was flat, like
Oh,
like
it's a
on that
magnet.
cone, right? Like the only place something
I
can lay
remember
is
the
there or
Avance.
in.
Remember the Avance in Black Edition when they came
Yeah,
out, the second gen, the gold tone, whatever. I've seen a few on the floor stand, bro. That floor stand was always gray because of the dust.
yeah. I
So,
mean, you better have a dust-free house.
which is impossible unless you live somewhere out in the sticks. But yeah, these were the back in the day colors. Well, remember back in the day when black wasn't really black; it was dark, dark purple because they didn't have the tech to anodize in pure black. And then I
Yeah,
think it was the piano black 8000s that came out was the first time that they were actually able to do that.
I mean, you
And the
had
18s,
green, blue, blackish purple, whatever this was. I know somebody
burgundy,
with this color.
yeah, the burgundy, and then the silver.
Again, we only remember the silver essentially because like all
Mhm.
these other colors are like, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, the green one terrible, and even the blue. Blue were more stomachable than any other ones.
And
The
then
black
weirdly,
were okay.
the floor's discs were all silver.
Hmm. Yep, they never
It's
changed the colors.
it's
Also, the standby light was always on, so every speaker was made the same. Yeah, I do have both Lab ones in my storage because Mike is being a bitch and not coming to fucking Montreal to pick them up.
yeah. Well, if you're leaving soon, I'll come and pick all of it up.
There you go.
I'll pick up
Oh
some
yeah.
90s.
No, you're not picking those up.
I'll get
Yeah,
myself a U-Haul.
there you go.
Like it's really like this dates it like crazy. I
Oh man, 100 times more older than it should be.
mean, these was it? Are these the 4000s?
3000s. These are 3000s.
I mean, they look more modern than this, and it's only the color that does it, right? I
Hmm.
mean, these 3000s are still like they're like pieces of art, and they're so
Yeah,
overlooked. I still love the BeoLab 5000s.
yeah, the big ones.
Yeah, they're also amazing.
Yeah, no, these were good speakers. I think B&O should come up with something like that and put the display on it, like in the Mozart platform variant of it. I think that'd be cool. So you have metadata, volume, and shit on both speakers. I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
I
if you
think
want
that'd
to
be pretty
do a
sweet.
classics, do one of these. Like do a BeoLab 5000 or 3000C, right?
Hmm. Yeah, 1+2 was a great combo. I agree.
God, I love them.
Lab ones needed that too to come out when they fucking came out because they didn't have enough power, and especially coming after the pentas, where pentas were very, very bassy comparatively. They were nowhere near as surgically accurate as the Lab ones, but the
Oh, they
bass
didn't
was
lack
not there.
power, they lacked bass.
Yes.
Like everything, like you could turn these fuckers up to like 100% volume and they wouldn't sweat it.
No.
And your ears would be bleeding, except you still didn't have a lot of bass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing I still miss about ones, right? Like it's they're not for everybody because they are kind of clinical, but like that effortless precision it's almost scary.
For how old they are. Yeah.
Well, even to this day, right? Because they're still 750 watts each. Like they're
Yeah.
not like wimpy or anything.
No. I just should have had more bass drivers in there.
I mean, they blow 18s away like easily.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, they have more bass than 18s. I really wonder how these sound with the BeoConnect core.
Hmm?
Like 18s have bass with a BeoConnect core, right?
Yes.
And these back in the day blew 18s away easily. So I really wonder how these sound would be a
Connect Core. Yeah, I never had a chance to hook those up.
Because imagine if these, just by the signal attenuation they do in the Mozart driving, that they actually somehow have bass.
They probably would.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling them out of the storage, because that's a lot of process to deal with.
I mean, they're what, 41 kilos each?
Yeah, well, I have the bases separately, so. But yeah, they're not light and they're not short, so it's a bitch to move them around. Man, I remember.
I mean, I could also start bothering Stefan.
Yeah, next time he goes, just load him in the car, bring him down.
I mean,
that's not a bad idea. Stefan, are you watching, bro?
Remember when you said that if you beat me, you would to bring him down for me?
Well, I'm gonna, because I'm gonna take everything with me. What do you think? I'm gonna leave those? No.
Stefan actually told me that.
Oh.
Like if he were to come down again before I were to come up, he wouldn't bring them down for me because they fit. Like his car is quite large, so they fit.
Yeah, they would fit. They would definitely fit.
Like I would have to like rent a car or something, right?
To go, yeah. They're long, man. They're 6 foot something.
I mean, they would fit, but they would be on the armrest, right? And driving from Canada to Florida, and
with the fucking trunk open.
No, they would be in the middle of the front 2 seats.
Oh.
But have to drive like this, right? Like you have one space and the other arm is sort of sitting like this because you have no armrest or anything anymore.
Fudge. But yeah, that would those are not fun to transport.
No.
I remember, like, if they don't fit in my Audi, I had to rent out a van, for fuck's sakes, from Home Depot to take him.
Well, they fit in my Golf.
Yeah, but you have a hatch, right?
Yeah, but everything was shut.
No, they don't fit because it just doesn't fit in the Audi. It doesn't fit the way I want it to fit. So I can rented a goddamn van. And that's it.
I mean, my current blue Racemobile, right? It fits 2x10s of 8 foot long. So
yeah, they're like, I don't remember the era of those speakers, but I know that the boxes were immense for each speaker back in the day.
Yeah,
they were immense, but they're still a good speaker, man. The first speaker that I had seen in B&O, basically in a movie, which was Sum of All Fears, at the end scene where he's listening to some sort of a classical music on a BeoSound 3000 or 3200. I don't remember. I think it was a 3000, with the Lab One's playing when the dude slits his throat from behind, whatever. That was like the end scene. Sorry if I spoiled a 20-year-old movie. But that's where I've seen them first. They're definitely pre-Jeff Martin.
Yes.
They're definitely pre-Jeff Martin. Even Lap 5s were pre-Jeff Martin, I think. I think he got on board at the era of maybe BeoLab 9s, around there. If not, like the BeoVision 11. He might have been there before that for sure.
When did he join? Wasn't it like 2003 or something?
It was right after the Lap 5s came out. I know that for a fact because he doesn't have his signature on it. But maybe our 365th podcast, we can convince the B&O to have him interview with us. It would be cool. Probably the most watched podcast in our history. If we can get Jeff Martin on. It would be fun. I'll send him some maple syrup.
And some poutine.
Maple syrup, bro. He's from New Brunswick.
I mean, they look fucking epic.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not up to Jeff whether he talks to us or not. It's up to their communications department.
Yeah. Yeah, get him on would be an awesome. It would be an honor, definitely. I would say that, but it would be a fun conversation to have regarding the history of sound and how he's come across.
Look, one of the things that I guess most people don't know, because it's not really worth going into generally, but for things like this, right? B&O has a lot of preconceived ideas about us and about media in general.
Yeah.
And if they have nothing to sell, they just don't care or stop responding.
We're not important enough for them.
Yeah, but almost nobody is. It's
Fair enough.
not just us, right? Like it's really strange to deal with B&O. Like, and I'm not even talking just media, right? It's how to put this delicately. It's not just media. It's also like if you do other things for their business. If they currently don't have a need for you, they just don't react at all, even if you ask them something.
So yeah, it's a tough cookie to crack.
It's really weird. Like I don't understand this, but this is how they've been for the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like if people think like their product help, whatever it is, right? How slow it is with responding. It's no different being media or anything else. Like I still am pretty aware that my issues with 50s back when they were new in 2017 were only helped at the speed they were, which was way too slow because of a YouTube presence.
Yes. Yeah, but something bad always spawns something good. And 8 years later, we're still here.
Look, when well, Chaba knows, right? Because he was a bloodhound with all the leaks quite often and stuff like that. But when they knew we knew, they were very good at talking to me all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And if there ever was the suggestion of like, would it be possible to contain this? We'll do something for you. The doing something for you as soon as it was contained was gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just don't respond anymore. And then it's like, what do you want to do? Like sue them? No, it's
just let it go, drop it. It's water under the bridge, my friend.
I mean, and half these things, like I remember, I think it was H95s, right? Like they put it up in an Amazon bucket that was just not password protected. And I had to tell them. And they were like, oh, thank you so much. This saved us so much on marketing. What can we do for you? And I named a few things.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing. Like not even we're not doing it anymore. Just nothing. Just like
radio silence.
Yeah.
Whatever phone they were talking to, somebody dropped it in a bucket of water, and that was that.
Well, the thing is, for a lot of these people, it was their private numbers. Still are. So it was like,
the fuck.
Yeah, it's really strange, right? Like, and then the 4000C leaked. Told them about that, and can we send you something to review? Yes, please. Review, not own, right? I would send it back, and then once that was nothing.
Mm-hmm. Same here. I stopped asking, dude. 8 years later, or whatever, however long we're doing it for, anything that I had tested and have answers to is by my own means of affording it. I've never been even sent a pen, for fuck's sakes, other than from fans. But from B&O, I haven't really received anything that was. There's nothing really to worth mention, because there's nothing that I could say that I received from them to test or thank you for doing this. I don't really expect any of it. but it would be nice to be recognized a little bit after putting all the effort and keeping the community in the place we are keeping it for last.
Look, at this point, I don't even want anything. I would love to, like, what I would want is I would love for them to sponsor something to give away.
Same here. I don't need anything from BNO. I would rather have something that we could give away. Exactly that. Well, be it an A1, be it a remote control, be it a, I don't know, whatever you want. Obviously, I'm not asking to give away 90s and shit, but like, you could give away an Emerge.
Or
at the most.
What you call it? The Christmas decorations.
Christmas decorations, there's pens that came out that they could have sent a few that to be given away in all 3 colors.
Yeah. It got to the point where, like, the people that stopped reacting, I spoke to their boss about it because I kept on telling them about fucking failures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was sort of like, well, yeah, they're busy. It's like, okay, but they promised X, Y, Z. Oh, I don't know what they promised. It's like, okay, so a promise is worthless then. Well, no. And then, I mean, they spoke to me like I was a fucking child. It's sort of like, I don't hate them, but this is the difference where, like, I sort of go like,
let's go full screen.
Protect and shop at your dealers, right? Because this is why I literally love my dealer, Horst in Utrecht.
Yeah, let's go.
He does everything you would expect from corporate.
Yeah,
you need a hand, you need X, Y, Z. He'll be there for you. Like, if you have a good dealer like that, they're much more valuable than corporate is.
Of course.
Like, I sometimes feel for him what he has, because, like, it's no different for a lot of dealers, right?
Like, well, they're the face of the brand. Let's go full screen. Let's take these off before I send them to you.
But the thing is, right, like, I know for a fact that if customers of a dealer come to the dealer with, like, software issues, right, sometimes B&O does the same to its dealers, where they just go, yeah, we're on vacation, whatever. Oh, I forgot about it, blah, blah, blah. And you'll hear back in like 3 weeks, maybe.
No, the support is not the best. I will say that. That's not the best. Luckily, like, I'm self-reliant enough and know how to troubleshoot this stuff enough that I don't really have to resort to that.
Yeah.
And also a lot of that stuff on BOIs, if you study it and you study the issues in current, like, especially like in the app, BNO app tab there's a lot of stuff that is being listed. Then you kind of sort of know what to do and what not to do and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's still, the workaround word is a big word for BNO. And it's the only word that I never knew before I started working for BNO.
Yeah. I mean, Max says Andrew was rightfully been frustrated with the review process. How can BNO be stubborn about sending a channel with 400k subscriber speakers?
Exactly.
Well, so the thing is, right, he's not upscale because it's YouTube. And YouTube, for some reason, still doesn't have the cachet of high-end magazines. Then secondly, I think he mostly got them through the dealership in Arizona. Like, it was the dealership that said, let's be fair, we can miss our store demos for a month or something like that. BNO, do you want to compensate us a bit for that? And that's probably, again, it was mostly probably the dealer that made that happen.
Of course. I'm sure that Brian was a big part of it.
So,
because they're not stupid over there. They understand, and they understand his marketing power too. So, and having to see those speakers by somebody like him, as far as the caliber of a reviewer for YouTube, I'm certain it has a positive impact on the sales in, let's say, Phoenix, Arizona, or all over the place anyways, where people, that natural curiosity for that product to be seen and heard raises by a tenfold, if not hundredfold, for people that are fans of this channel, even though there's very few and very little stores. The point also comes down to being how fucking important it is to have these things tuned 100% precisely. Because, like, we have people that come from all over the place, right, to Montreal to listen to these speakers because there's nowhere else to hear them. So that's That's just where it's at. It's important on both sides, but I don't think that B&O sees the benefit of it at all, or they just simply refuse to see it, which I suspect would be the latter.
I mean, this is the same with this theater review, right? Like, I still don't understand why B&O didn't send him a set of 28s with it.
Like, yeah, just like in the catalog, if you want to do that magic triangle, do it.
Yeah, but this is how they sold it, right? Like, and if this is how you sell it, why did you just send one of the pieces? Like, it
makes no sense.
Same when they sent the 90s. Why not send the theater with it? It makes no sense, especially if you know it's on loan, right? Like, if you know you're going to get it back, like, what the fuck is the problem? You write it off anyway.
Yeah. And it's a big promo anyways.
Like, you're not so strapped for cash that you can't do that and that the promotion doesn't outweigh it.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand. Like, why would you want to shoot yourself in the foot like this? It's strange.
That's the logic we'll never have answer to, my friend.
I mean, and you're just very fucking lucky, like us, right? He loves the fucking brand to the point where, like, you're sort of willing to overlook its weirdness.
The nonsense that comes with being a fan of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, Chavez said their support is so useless. I've exclusively used Discord for maybe 2 years. Insane to think about how awesome Discord is. I couldn't have done it by myself.
No.
It's that all you guys, like, God, it's like 1,200, almost 1,300 of you are there now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know everything, but somebody collectively does. It was like this channel, right? It was a spur of the moment thing where BeoWorld was gone, and it was gone for so long again that I had that itch that needed to be.
The BeoWorld was a good source of info.
Well, especially when they had the app, I was on there every day.
Yeah.
So I mean, but Discord as a platform, it works very well. But like, again, if you and I are the only ones there, right? Not much happens.
No, definitely not. So yeah, there's always a chatter. But anyways, we'll continue the chatter next week.
Thank you all for joining, including the Discord.
Fucking right.
It makes it worthwhile. This is why I'm saying it's not necessarily my Discord; it's ours. I mean, I'm just your god emperor with the ultimate banhammer.
The banhammer.
But I haven't had to use it much in the 3 years.
No, people are pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a good week, and
see you next weekend.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it depends on when the stuff shows up and if I'm flying or not. We'll go from there. Take care, guys.
Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Bye.